has in this top 8. We have Cloud, Peach, Inju Kane, Hero. You have Haven, which has basically every character. Link. You have Game and Watch, Palutena, Wario, Belmont. So literally, like, no one is playing the same character
We
whatsoever.
also do not believe in DLC around here. Just don't check. Don't
Unless
look
you're
too
Haven.
hard.
Unless you're Haven. In which case, he does believe in DLC.
Look, if at first you don't succeed, pay $5.99.
And you could be like me.
You remember the days, every time there was a Bayo on stream in Smash 4, the whole chat was just $5.99.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, what's it called? Haven's not showing off his $5.99 with his, Kazuya. He's actually going to stick it out with Wario, so interesting choice. A big character like Wario is susceptible to getting hit by a lot of these projectiles. And Meli's no stranger to throwing out all of these huge lingering hitboxes that are across, you know, the axe, even her holy water as well. And a lot of range is going to be super scary for Haven to not only approach, but, you know, have to deal with in distance.
But at the same time, while you're completely right, if he is able to use that high aerial acceleration of Wario or things like mix-ups with that bike, for example, and get in, it can be so oppressive and so hard for Meli to get him back out.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Meli is that he's so good at spacing his, you know, his aerials, not only that, but his tilts as well. Especially when he's going for that back air, he tilts it downwards so that he can get you know, more range to potentially hit the ledge, upwards to catch jumps. All these things are in consideration, and especially the axe being considered to, you know, be one of the Belmont's really, really good moves with just so much damage.
Those
right now,
Belmont ledge traps, if you don't actively study what to do against the Belmont ledge traps, it's GG's. Like, you literally can't win if you don't know how to deal with the ledge trap. It's that good.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. That's the thing. New Jersey doesn't have a lot of Belmont representatives. Most of them are from New York, like Undead, Braindead. I believe Yosefu's also there. I could be wrong about that. Maybe Yosefu moved. And Meli, of course, as we're seeing, showcase his Belmont.
Yeah, I love this character. When I saw that they put this character in the game, I popped. Oh!
That's a kill!
I can't believe I didn't kill. Yeah, can we forget Belmont? Can we buff Wario real quick? I feel like he needs it.
Yeah, because if he did, Gluto would have won. Anyway.
Yeah, I got Gluto on the phone right now. He's like, yeah, he needs it.
Oh. Great.
Oh, that's not
good. Oh, the
good.
reverse chop. This guy is crazy.
The instant tether, though, able to save him. But Wario's nice and thick, able to stay alive at 108. We call that some free rage. Let's see what he can do with it. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Bro's like, I'm hungry. No.
Holy water, yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of, you know, Wario covering some health right there, gets a little bit more of the chomp. Haven's hungry to get this stock as soon as possible. And there you go. The F-tilt gonna do the trick, catching that neutral get up. Not with chomp this time, but with F-tilt. And that's what makes Wario so good, is that he has a lot of big hitboxes, a lot of these options that can not only two-frame, but catch your opponent, you know, go for a neutral get up, go for you know, a spot dodge, all these things that can just catch your opponent, especially that waft.
I can't believe that didn't kill.
Best moves. Yeah, I can't believe that's not butter.
Well, definitely living by a small margarine there, but it was enough. However, in the end, the 2-stock coming out for Haven, so did it really matter?
Yeah, so long as Meli doesn't, you know, stay salty.
Nice.
In this next match, because he's got to, you know, make up a game, and that's really difficult to do against Haven, who's shown that when he has the lead and the advantage, he tends to shine from that. Oh!
Is this gonna be it? Choose wisely, and you just die.
That's the thing that people don't do a lot against Belmonts. And, you know, I've talked to Undead Braindead. He's like, you can be really, really good on stage, but if you don't edgeguard Belmonts, there's just no point in playing.
Yeah, do not respect this character off stage. Because, like
not.
maybe he will hit you with a forward air, but,
what?
like, compared to what you can do to him, the risk reward... Oh, okay, we're good. The risk reward is so scuffed.
And especially with big hitboxes, like, you know, the lingering hitboxes that Wario has with Fair, even Nair, really, to get, you know, all these gimps, Huge damage. And into the chomp? Who does that?
That was a beautiful mix-up from Haven. I love it. Goes for the up tilt, maybe trying to get like a half waft or something there. I'm not sure. Either way, not able to find it as Meli gets back on stage. But you need to get this stock. That's been such a bane for Meli, unable to close these out.
Yeah, trying to use that down tilt to, you know, mix up his approach options. That's what makes it so, you know, difficult when you're playing as Belmont, is that you can't really approach a lot. You have to play the range game, but once you get, you know, you finally get those kills, you finally, you know, get your moves off in that forward throw, gonna take off that stock that we talked about finally. But quite the deficit that Meli has to make back, and you gotta watch out for these edge guards, because there you go, once again, that forward air gonna gimp Meli.
This is what you were talking about. Haven is showing no respect, and look how effective it is. Like, every once in a while, you know, Meli manages to turn it around, but the way Haven's able to get out of the corner and just make that a non-issue, it's so worth it.
It's the way that Haven's also just hitting all of his moves, too, that's making this so difficult for Meli, because you could, you know, have all these lingering hitboxes. You can have everything in your arsenal to be able to connect against...
Oh!
You're not dead. But the bike! Oh,
oh my goodness! Try to hit him with the drive-by right there. That was...
Oh! But that New York driving definitely gonna help Meli avoid all of that.
For real. You know my man from NYC with the way he did that one. That was...
Oh, he avoided that. But yeah, I mean, this is still... There's still chance for Meli to make this come back.
Well... I appreciate the storytelling.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is that Haven's doing very, very well to, like you said before, not respect Belmont whatsoever off stage. Because the thing is, like, even if you get hit by a forward air, right? That forward air is not clinging onto ledge, and that's the most important part, because you don't want to let a character like Belmont, who, yeah, sure, his forward air, his back air can reach pretty far. It almost acts like, you know, PK Thunder with Ness and Lucas. If you hit it or you get hit by that move, it'll send your opponent, you know, free falling, or it won't let you latch onto the stage. So maybe Haven will put that into consideration as he zooms his way into game number 3 immediately on the attack.
Yeah, but he's going to have to do a little bit more than attack. He's going to have to start figuring out how to... Oh, okay. A nice little reminder there. However, he needs to close out the stock. That's the key thing here. Damage is just damage, and Haven can take that in spades with such a heavy character.
Yeah, if you can't find the final blow, all this damage is for naught, really. And that's the thing with Meli, is that he's not really been given that opportunity to kill, courtesy of Haven's amazing edge guarding and ledge trapping against a character like Belmont.
Good roll timing there from Haven. That's the awareness of how to deal with this character in the corner, which has continued to pay dividends. Expects the jump, not able to get it, and this time around, Meli is getting back to stage a little bit better.
Yeah, but sure, he's getting back on the stage, but right into Haven's hands, really, because he's getting these down tilts off, he's getting these forward tilts, these stray nairs, and he's actually using a fastball fair really, really well. He's going for the edge guard again, knowing that his character can come back, and that's the luxury that you have with this character, with that bike, of course, having, you know, kind of an extra jump and more mobility, as that mobility is going to help Haven, again, find another edge guard.
I also love... but you're still alive! It doesn't matter if he doesn't die!
I don't know how Gluto loses now. We know exactly how he loses.
What's the meme? Is he stupid?
No,
this character is kind of crazy. Gluto's even more crazy.
Yeah, a really, really good edge guard right there. That's what we were talking about, the ledge trapping ability that Belmonts have in this game is what makes them so good, and really what gives them the most damage. Sure, they can play back as much as possible, but they have that ability, especially with that Nair, to kind of approach and, you know, find another back air and all this stuff. And Meli's been playing in the air a lot, and Haven has been doing well to counteract that, you know, with a lot of these aerials.
Yes, he has. However, it's been so back and forth. Meli has the opportunity, but where have we seen this before? The early damage looks great, but Meli needs to find something a little bit faster this time around. I like these cross setups, but all of this is just tick damage. You need something more.
Oh, Ooh, the F tilt missing right there from Haven. Definitely looking to take the stock soon, but this is a Belmont with Rage, so you gotta be careful with moves like Axe, with moves like not Holy Cross, but Cross, and then Holy Water, of course, to get all these combos, because tried to read an air dodge, but Haven a little bit, later on that call. So good stuff to him.
I guess Haven had no reason to air dodge because the up B wasn't connecting. That was great awareness from Haven to keep that scuffed 50-50 situation from even being an issue. Okay, reverse cross has to go high. Haven had the options, but Meli somehow was not able to get in there to punish it.
Yeah, and now we're seeing glimpses of, Meli being able to regain stage control and kind of dominating in there. But it's been really back and forth with both these characters. A really good recovery right there from Meli, where we've seen him fall in those situations.
No, the cross! The cross saved him! Oh, that hurts.
I know how that feels. I play Young Link Boomerang, absolutely destroy some of my kills sometimes. Oh!
Okay, there we go.
The chop doesn't come out because the wheel! The wheel from the bike after it got, exploded actually costed Haven that stock there because he went for the chomp.
All calculated.
Yeah, all calculated. Yeah, Meli knew.
Yo, Meli's so smart. What was that? A cheeky little waveland there from Meli.
Yeah, that movement was absolutely crazy. Wait! Oh, he was looking for the down air insta cross into the up B, but he couldn't connect it in time.
I think that was almost the game. But now... I mean, Wario at high percent, but he's got that full waft that came online, and you have to be so careful as you're Meli trying to close this out.
He's definitely being careful. You can see that the patience is definitely coming out from Meli, but the survivability of Haven has been, showing its true colors because he's at 146. And granted, Wario is, a character that's a little bit heavier than the rest of the cast, but it doesn't matter when you have Waft on deck. You gotta watch out if you're Meli.
This is so scary.
One throw and that could be it.
Oh, the up airs! But that move is so skinny. It's really easy with Haven's air acceleration on this character to just move around that. The weak hit not gonna be enough.
Oh, there you go.
Finally one of those axes hit. He's been throwing that out like crazy for 3 whole games. But finally, when he needed it most, getting on the board.
Yeah, that's the thing we've talked about a lot with, zoning characters like Samus, the Belmonts, and all this stuff. They're not afraid to just, throw out all their projectiles because it offers them a little bit of a wall. All these active hitboxes are what causes them to be so difficult to play against. And you can see right there, the wheel actually costing Haven that chomp, which would have inevitably killed, subsequently killed Meli. And
we saw the same thing with that cross, though.
Both these players, falling to their own tools.
We basically have items turned on right now.
We were just talking about this. Chat,
yeah, we were
talking about potentially commentating an item bracket. That's basically what you saw here.
Yeah, if y'all have never watched a bunch of competitive players play with items turned on,
it's
I highly recommend it. It's so funny. They have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, but this set right now is no laughing matter for both of these guys, as this potentially means a tournament for Meli as well as Haven, and we could potentially see a reverse 3-0 come out of Meli should he be able to adapt well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, he's got all these confirms online, continuing to put the pressure on Haven. It's just trying to pull the trigger on those big last hits. Haven has consistently been one step ahead in that department and able to get just enough of those early gimps to keep the momentum in his favor.
Yeah, and I mean, the damage is definitely in Haven's favor, but the range and just the ability to, poke with all, these aerials and these tilts is definitely going to help out Meli as he keeps on trying to space himself away from Haven. And there you go, finally finds the holy water into the forward smash, which
that's
everyone is probably
getting
hit by. That is the
day one. Everybody was spamming that like, yo, this kind of clean. My Belmont goes crazy.
The high up B to recover. We didn't see that at all, but Meli finally showing his hand against Haven when he needed it the most, and that's what you need to do. You can't show all of, all your tricks up your sleeve immediately. You got to keep them to when you need it the most. You throw it out, and it's just gonna work. So Meli with quite the lead right now.
got the schmicks going on right now. I feel like everything is suddenly working. Finally, that command grab coming out. And Haven opting not to go off stage there as well. Very interesting.
Oh, the shield poke from the holy water cost Haven a little bit of damage, but he's still alive. And you were talking about it earlier. It doesn't matter how much damage you do so long as you aren't able to finish off this stock. And Meli looking potentially to take another stock off and make this deficit even much worse for Haven.
I'm also waiting for Meli to start punishing that roll onto stage from Haven, because Meli has kind of a set play that they use in the corner, and then Haven waits it out and rolls in, and I haven't seen that be punished yet, but I think it might be at that point where Meli's just waiting for the right opportunity to use it.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. It's like you can't show like everything that you know immediately. You gotta keep your opponent guessing. And that's the thing. Despite the straightforward gameplay that the Belmonts have to offer, it's so unpredictable, like what's gonna hit, when's it gonna hit. Because when you change up your angles like that, you can't expect anything. You saw how the axe changed from, you know, going farther to going a little bit shorter, and Haven wasn't ready for that. He was waiting for another axe to go even farther than that. So there you go, there's the mix-ups I was talking about with these zoning characters. That's what makes them so difficult to play against.
It's crazy to look at where we are in this game and where we came from those first two games where it just looked like it was going to be a swift 3-0 from Haven. But Meli's showing us why he is the third seed in this tournament, despite using such an exploitable character, able to do so much work. And now that you get to not deal with that waft anymore, Meli is firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's like KO punch, you know, when like people have to deal with or even go, for example. Those moves, you just have to camp out, and that's exactly what Meli did. And actually survived that waft too, because I think if he didn't survive that, he was actually going to be in a, like, you know, in a world of trouble against Haven. But, you know, kind of getting away with that just a little bit. Got to recover back on the stage. And he's doing that so well. Haven, initially, when we saw him, you know, go for all these edge guards and get these early kills, they worked. But now it just seems like Meli has turned it up a little bit more and mixes up his options.
Yes, he has. And when you're playing a character like the Belmonts that have these really explosive kill options and this crazy schmicks that they can just turn on at a moment's notice, it plays to that strength as a player so well.
He has strengths. All Haven needs is one string of that Nair, and it could be lights out for Meli. It's still close,
but
it doesn't matter how close you are. So
you don't have waft for that situation. That was the situation to get you back into this.
And potentially win too, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
what's that?
He gets it.
The half waft!
Gotta come back on the stage. All of a sudden, it's even misses the F tilt. You gotta be careful. The down to the dash attack. Such a good move. Oh, but the roll in. There you go. You talked about it before. Punishing that roll, and finally Haven finds it. Finally gets that read and takes it 3-1 over a Meli who was coming back so well and had so much momentum on his side. Haven absolutely snuffs it out with that F tilt, and 3-1 towards Haven's favor. Now you gotta give him credit, right? Playing against a character like Belmonts, where there are so many projectiles, so many things that you have to consider for him to keep his composure in all of these scenarios. That's what makes him so good and such a threat in New Jersey. Just his ability to kind of, that unwavering, you know, strength that he possesses.
I can't believe Haven brought that back. It was a solid full stock lead going into that last stock, but somehow not only dealing with the lack of a waft, but able to clutch it out in that last hit situation. Real good patience and honestly just mental game from Haven, because sometimes when you're at that point in the game, it's sort of like, okay, GG, go next. I'll get him in the game 5, but Haven's just built different.
Yeah, and you know, whenever the games end, we can only talk about, you know, the ifs, because like, even though we could theorize all these different, you know, scenarios where if Haven, of course, right there, if he saved his waft, he could have potentially won, you know, a little bit earlier, or maybe, you know, if he didn't save that, Meli could have, like, if Haven did save the waft, maybe Meli could have won. We don't know. Nonetheless, Haven's gonna find the win and go into go into the next set in the loser semifinals against Sola. So we're talking about two unpredictable players right here, duking it out to then potentially play against, play against Delta Force, who is waiting in Grant.
I will say one thing though, there is a very clear favorite going into this, and that is Haven. These
Yup.
two have played many times, and currently the set count is